Greetings, fellow seekers of truth, wisdom, and light. This is Reverend Eliot coming to you for an unprecedented second week in a row. I know I've been going through a lot, so I missed a lot of shows, but I'm back, and I'm really making an effort to keep things as pretty much normal as they can be. Which I'm shuffling up the cards. That's normal, but. I need to start the show by just first saying thank you to so many of you who, after last week's show, contacted me to express your support and your caring and condolences, and it helps. It really helps. I mean, I don't know how else to put it, because after 41 years, to suddenly be thrust into aloneness is pretty painful, and I miss Sandra a lot, and I'm doing these shows because this is what I do, and she would want me to do it. I know that. I know, because she encouraged me to do this from the very start. But many thanks to the kind listeners who contacted me and took the time to send me emails and text messages and all of that. You make me feel much better. You really do, in this very rough time for me. Now, there's another question that people have been asking me, and I have the answer here, but it's going to look weird, okay? Because this looks like your classic rebel without a cause weapon, but it's a comb, and people have been asking me how I managed this alfalfa patch under my nose, and that's what I use. It's a nice sturdy metal comb. A lot of these are made of plastic, and they can't hold up to a sucker like this, but plastic will do it. If you want to have it fall into pieces, the metal is what I need. So we're here now to go through the world of tarot, and I have a few announcements, nothing special. I've got more books coming. I'm going to be restocking the soap also. I talk a lot about the shaving soap when I'm on, and I'm out of stock right now. I know you'll understand that I've been devastated and preoccupied, but I'm going to get back to that. I'm going to make some, I'm hoping this weekend, so that we can get it back as much as we can to normal. Here in New York, things are warming up. They actually expect us to have a 74-degree day in the near future, in the very near future. So, I mean, I look into the future with these things, but the weather people, would you go to a brain surgeon who had the lousy record of a television weather person? I sure wouldn't. They get it wrong so often. And then they come up with these wonderful reassuring terms like bomb cyclone, which I remember people, when they first used that a few years ago, they contacted me scared to pieces. So I looked into it. All that means is that it developed fast. It doesn't mean anything is going to be blowing up. So, but they specialize in that. That's how they get your attention. This is now here's something a lot of people don't know, but the on your local news, the weatherman or woman tends to be the highest paid person there, because people choose which news to see based on who does the weather. I've seen this happen, and I couldn't believe it, and then I looked into it, and it's quite true. So and they're wrong. I mean, I'm right more often than they are, and I'm considered. There are people who tell me that this isn't real. Which, of course, after years and years and years of reading tarot cards, I mean, going back to the going back to the 70s. I was first involved with these. You can find it at my website, Magic-Works, oh gosh, there goes, Magic-Works.com. I'm so out of practice talking, because I live alone now. So, I mess up things. But there's an interesting story there about a person named Earl Scott. Now, you can find the link at my website, magic-works.com. There's a menu at the top, and you'll see something about learning tarot. But if not, just go into the search engine and enter Earl Scott, and you'll find he was a very interesting and engaging fellow, and he has the most, I don't like talking like that, but most unique, because, unique is unique. But let's just say the most fascinating, yeah, that's called pulling my chestnuts out of the fire. The most fascinating credit in the Internet Broadway database. Go there and look up Earl Scott too and see what he's credited with. Well, he was a, I don't want to spoil it because it's fun, and and if you any Broadway fans out there, this is an astounding trivia question. Now, trivia, that brings up a fascinating and embarrassing moment in my life. I was once introduced to the award-winning, world-famous costume designer Ann Roth. You'll look at Internet Movie Database and you'll see Ann Roth. Loads of credits there, loads of credits. I was introduced to her, and the person who introduced us said something that she thought was complimentary, but was probably the most insulting thing she could have said, because she smiled and said to Ann Roth, "Oh, Eliot he knows all about your work. He's a big fan of trivia." Now, that that woman turned icy cold when she heard that said, because she just had her whole career reduced to trivialities. Words matter, and as a writer myself, I've been a professional writer for many, 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 many years. I mean, look at me; I'm an old man. Uh, I take words quite seriously, and this is why it irks me when I say most unique. Because it's either unique or it's not. But there you go. That's one of those little things. So again, thank you so much. I think you can tell that I'm not in the practice of speaking anymore. And I don't want to get into the habit of talking to myself. I mean, because the next step after that is that the furniture starts answering. The 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 support and the energy I got, not just from doing the show last week, but from all the people who took the time to drop me a line at my email, which is asktarot@earthlink.net, and some did it by using the contact form at the websites, and it's just nice to feel that I'm not alone, and that there are good, kind people there, and nobody said anything nasty, nobody said anything offensive. This is the single most positive audience I've ever dealt with in my life. Everybody out there that's why I refer to you as seekers of truth, wisdom, and light, because you've shared truth with me. You trust me. You tell me things that are on your mind, which takes a lot of courage. I've been saying this for years, but I want to really emphasize it. To be able to get up and talk to a complete stranger on the phone and discuss personal matters takes courage. And this is why so many readings I get for people are positive, because you're positive energy people. A lot of people get terrified when the cards come out. They're afraid that they've seen too many horror movies, especially Dr. Terror's House of Horrors, or is that what it's called? Dr. Terror's House of Horrors, with Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee and all kinds of interesting people. And I can sum up that movie for you very briefly. People get their tarot cards read and they die. That's it. And they even have tarot cards in there that aren't tarot cards, like, the sunken canoe or something like that. I mean, I've seen the chariot and the King of Cups is here. See, these are nice cards, but no, not the sunken canoe, not that. So don't pay attention to what you see in movies about tarot. Very few films. I think the Red Violin did a good job in showing how people used to have tarot readings as a normal part of life. That was very well handled, and I applaud them for doing that because it took courage not to have Mephistopheles appear out of your porridge and kill you because of the tarot cards. So here we are again in the beginning of March. I think I missed almost all of February, so except for the end there. So let's get into the readings because I've been away from you for so long, and I love the positive energy that comes through. It's kind of selfish of me, isn't it? But this is therapeutic for me, and it helps. It helps a great deal. So what I'm going to do now is what I have done for the last 15 years now, is it? I'm going to ring a bell 3 times to declare sacred space. And now we're going to draw back the curtain on the magical window and speak to Carla in Vinton, Virginia. Hello, Carla. You are on with Reverend Eliot.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm getting along. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well as well. As well.
Well, that's what more could we do, right? That's the best
Right,
there is.
exactly.
What's on
Finally
your
getting some
mind?
warm weather, so
Oh yeah, good, good. It's been horribly cold up here, but the real problem has been the mounds of snow, which we still have. I mean, I have to. I live in the middle of the block, in a building in the middle of the block, and I have to get out of a car at the corner and then walk back because I'm a little halting in my walk, and I don't want to get a slip in the snow. But that'll end soon, and
yeah,
then we'll have the
yeah,
same
we
people complaining about the heat, right?
exactly. I just told somebody that the other day. It won't be long. We'll be griping about how hot it is.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind heat. I love heat. In fact, we've got a couple of air conditioners here, and I don't think they've been used in about 8 or 9 or 10 years because the heat doesn't bother me. But we do have, see, this is an old tenement building in New York. This is a little bit of New York history, and these things were designed with cross ventilation, so I can open up windows in the front and the back and let in a mini cyclone. It's a nice breeze. So I do okay. I'd rather be too warm than too cold, if you know what I mean. So, Carly, you still with me?
Don't know what happened.
Oh, there. Yeah, I thought I lost you for a moment there.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. We just disconnected.
Yeah, I heard a little beep, and then I started babbling on. I mean, it's and but you're back. That's what counts. So, what can I look at for you? What would you like to see in the cards? I'm at your disposal.
um, let's just look at something in general. Let's see what's in general going to happen for me.
Okay. Well, are you looking for new work or any kind of job stuff in your life?
No, I've got some legal issues going on. Can we look at that?
Oh, yeah, sure. Well, that's fascinating because the minute you said legal issues, I got the card that said judgment. So
Oh
that's good.
wow. Okay.
Now, that's not the same as justice, the card, but that'll do. It's close enough, wouldn't you say? So let's shuffle them up and
I don't know.
take a look.
I'm kind of looking for some justice.
Yeah, well, I hear you. I've been there myself. I once, a lot of people don't know this, but judges ask almost any trial lawyer. My wife was a trial lawyer, and they'll tell you that the judges in courts are about the well, I hate to sound so negative, but about the stupidest people in the system. You know, they're not, you know. I mean, Lenny Bruce did a wonderful routine about that years and years ago after his first court appearance. And he said he got messed up by Hollywood. He thought that all judges were like Andy Hardy's father, you know, and listen, I decide, I debate, you know, no, the last time I had to go to court with somebody who was creating trouble in our lives here, the judge interrupted the whole thing to give at least a 20-minute diatribe about the horrible Romanian restaurant he had lunch in. You know, and the lawyers were scared because you know you can't contradict the judge. The judge is like a king. You take a look at some courtroom videos at YouTube, and you'll see a judge can throw you in jail just on his say so, and keep you
Oh,
there for a
absolutely.
long time. Whenever my wife would go do arraignments in court, which was lucrative but dangerous in the sense, because I always kept bail money handy. I always thought she once chewed a judge out in open court because he kept calling her sweetie and toots, you know, and honey and darling.
Good.
Oh man. So let's take
Yeah,
a look at your
that's probably not very professional.
no, let's take a look at what we got here with your case here. Now, the Hanged Man is here. I rarely get that card. That card indicates sacrificing something for something better. You know that it's an interesting card because when I don't know if you can see it or if you're connected to video now, but you see it shows a person hanging from a tree usually or a cross tree, and he's upside down. And the first thing people want to do is turn that around. And when you turn that card around, the person is dancing. So it's about enduring pain and hardship in order to get something good.
That
So
makes sense.
yes, now there's nothing much more stressful than legal battles. The Hierophant is here, which is an odd kind of choice, but it's about a person who has a religious and moral authority. So, you know, and here, the Five of
Okay.
Rods is here that shows people struggling and whacking each other on the head. Now, it's not a card of violence, it's a card of the struggles, the day-to-day struggles. So this is telling me that that this has been an uphill battle for you.
Absolutely has.
But between the Judgment card and the Hanged Man, I think it has a very good chance of working out well for you. Now, see, the next card I have is another major card. It's called Strength. Is there money involved in this?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's a silly question because there usually is. But because I've got two cards here that indicate money coming your way, the Page of Coins
Okay.
and the Six of Coins, followed by the Sun, which is a card of healing and health and growth and restoration and happiness. Now, the next card is the Devil. Now, that's not like, you know, demonic stuff. That just means there's a very what's the word I'm looking for? There's the devil card tends to be a very persuasive person who's very attractive, who can pretty much give you the things you want, but if you don't look out, they'll swallow your soul. You know, so
Okay. That makes
you
a
know
whole
the
lot of
type.
sense.
Then
Yes,
there's
I
somebody
do.
like that involved in all of this. But
Yes.
I see a good I see like the Three of Cups here. That's a happy things resolving happily. So I think you're not through with this yet, but you're going to again. You may not get everything you want, but you're not going to get hurt, according to what I see here. Let's just see if I can
Okay.
find
That's
one card to sum it all up. Uh, there's the Emperor. But see that again, that's like the Hierophant, the Emperor. These are so you're I'm going to say that this is going to be in the hands of the judge, really. So
okay.
uh, watch that person carefully because this between the Emperor and all. Oh God, this is a great card. I'll tell you in a second what you got here. Because this is probably going to be in the hands of the judge, you know, not a jury thing at all, right?
No, it's not. As of now, it's not a jury thing.
Okay, well, here's the thing. The card I just got for you is called the Fool, which is in the Romani people's tarot scheme, and in all the others, it means the beloved of God. The Fool, if there were any negative cards in your reading, the appearance of this card, the Fool, would wipe them all out.
Okay.
So, and here's another card, the Page of Coins, which is, again, indicates these are the same two cards, the Six of Coins and the Page of Coins. This indicates money coming to you. So I think you're going to do okay.
Okay. Sounds great. Now, do you want me to tell you? Do you want me to tell you what I've got going on so you'll get your confirmation that you got most of this right?
Sure, if you'd like to, that would be good.
I'm
all ears.
I'm in court with my sister right now over my dad's estate that she decided that she was going to appoint herself head honcho and just take it all. So
Oh boy, yeah, am I familiar with that?
yeah.
I I had a phone call
So it's a battle.
I had a phone call many years ago from a relative who my mother was in the hospital with a heart attack, and the relative called to tell me, here's how we're going to split up her goods. Now
Oh.
my mother didn't die. She pulled through it, but geez, it was such nice people, right?
Yeah, well, I didn't
My,
even get that call. I just found out that she decided she was going to take what she wanted, and that was
yeah,
that.
that's what happens.
No matter what my dad's will said. Yeah.
Yeah.
So which the will just happened to disappear. So yeah,
let me tell you something.
It's been a mess.
Now I'm gonna pay that compliment back to you about confirmation. You see, this card here is the Five of Swords. That's about a person who is being deceitful and doing stuff in the background.
Okay, yep, that makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, see,
sure
I love
makes
these
a whole
things.
lot of sense.
These cards have been around for a long, long time, and that's one of the reasons, because they work. There's somebody I knew, and I emphasize the past tense there because I think it blew his mind. He listened to this show once, to Reverend Eliot's Magical Window. I got another wonderful card here for you. And I said, what'd you think? And he said, well, I heard you do things I can't explain. And I said, what makes you think that you need to explain them? They just watch what happens. And that was it. He couldn't handle it. Tried to figure out how I did. I have a video on my website of me using my hands to make a wheel spin. And I say, now go the other direction, and it goes the other way, and stop, and it's all there. I meant that as a camera test. So there's a radio in the background playing the news. So I didn't even mean that to be the final result, but it was so good that I kept it. Now, this same person spent months trying to tell me, well, you must have had magnets under your fingernails. Why would I go through all that trouble? First of all, it was aluminum, the stuff that spun around. Why would I go through all that kind of trouble just to do that? But it's worth taking a look at. It's if you look at my website, magic-works.com, you'll see the little rough video there called Telekinesis is Real, because it is real. It's quite real.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I believe everything's energy. It's all energy.
Now, the card that I just got for you that I mentioned this is the card that's responsible for so many people being scared of tarot, but it's the Death card. And that only means that it's the end of one period of your life and a new period is about to begin. So again, see, these are indications that things are going to go well for you. The Page of Coins, the Fool, all these cards are positive. So I think
great.
I think you're going to do fine. Okay.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
And thank you for your time and the reading. I love tarot. I think it's amazing.
Oh, it is, isn't it? So, call again anytime. I'm here.
Okay,
And
thank you very much.
and you can always reach me through my website. Be happy to pull a
Okay,
few
well,
cards for you.
okay, sounds great. Thank you.
Bye bye now. And let's just shuffle them up. See, I don't know why families cause so much trouble. I have no idea. I mean, I knew a guy who lived to cause trouble. I mean, he asked me to go a few hundred miles out of my way to attend a wedding he'd been invited to, so that when the minister said, if anybody here has a reason not to blah blah, speak now or forever hold your peace, he wanted me to interrupt and stop the wedding as a joke. As a joke. That's so I did the only thing I could do. I said, that sounds great. I will definitely be there. And then I never talked to the guy again. See, we don't need to. Isn't there enough negativity in life in the world now? What did Robert Burns say hundreds of years ago? Man's inhumanity to man has made countless men weep. That there's a reason he said that. That's human nature, but not here. Everybody's so just upbeat and nice and positive. I absorb that. You radiate this out. I send it back. We're doing this together with each other. Paula in Yankton, South Dakota is next. Hi, Paula. You're on with Reverend Eliot.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm getting along. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, but yeah. Hi.
Well, maybe we can make that a little better. What can I look at
Yeah.
for you?
I was just trying to see if you see things for me and the kids getting smoother this year. It's going to be smooth ride this year, but we've had a rocky road.
Okay, well, the eight of coins and the six of coins tell me that there's money coming your way. I'm getting that again here. The 10 of cups is a card of great happiness and well-being. The eight of rods says that there's something coming and it's on the way and it's almost here now, and that I'm assuming that that's something very good, because I've got the two of rods here, and I've got the three of rods here, and these indicate waiting for results, waiting for something to happen, and it's the eight tells me that it's about to happen. So there's good stuff. Yes, the question, I used to do a lot of these readings at the beginning of the year for people to take a look at what the coming year is going to be like. But for you, I see that the coming year is going to be very productive. You're going to get what you're looking for. You're going to have happiness. And here it is again, the eight of rods saying it's on the way. It's coming soon. So these are very good cards for you.
Yeah, because I adopted two kids, and one's 10 now, and I got them right after they were born, both of them, their brother and sister. And the sister had so many medical problems, and times we didn't even know if either of us were going to make through all this. And it's finally where she's healed, and everything's no longer scary, and it's been really nice.
Good.
But,
Well, here's the eight of rods again. This is about the change is on the way and it's coming. So this is the third time I got that card for you. So that's good. The tower struck by lightning is here, saying there's going to be big changes coming in your life. And the 10 of cups again tells me that the changes are going to be very good. The Emperor tells me you're going to be in control. You're going to take control of this, and it'll work out well. The Magician is here. You have spiritual power from above that you can bring down to earth. You're a very spiritual person, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, that's working. Oh, God, here's one of my favorite cards, in fact. The Six of Swords. That shows the person who is getting from where they are now to where they want to be because of their own efforts. So you're working at it. You're doing well. The Nine of Cups here is a card of pleasure and satisfaction. So that's coming your way. I think I think this is going to be a very good year for you. Now,
Yeah.
along with that one, with the moving away uh, to where you want to be, I have the Eight of Cups, which is a similar type of card. It shows a person who is leaving things in life that are not working and going towards
Right.
better things and positive things.
Yeah.
So that you're headed. There's going to be good changes in your life this year, and it's going to be because of your efforts.
Right. Mm,
Oh, okay.
I'm so happy to hear that. Yes,
Well,
because I'm
that
struggling with too. I have a nurse right now that helps me with the baby. Well,
good.
she's almost 3 now, but she's still got a lot of issues. But for since last 2.5 years, I've done it by myself. But I hurt my back, so I had to have a nurse. And I want to know if you see me being able to let her go so that I can resume what I started.
Well, what I see is the card of the star, which is a card of hope and optimism. So that's a good sign. Okay, so that's
Oh,
a very good sign. Just keep being as positive as you can because things work out. That's the one
oh,
thing. I once brought a room of people to tears. This was silly, but it happened. And this
I
was
believe
back in
it.
the 70s. And they all wanted to play some kind of game or you had to say something that was true. And then they would challenge you on it. And I said, everything always works out for the best. And they tried to tear that idea down. And I just kept repeating, nevertheless, everything always works out for the best. And they all started crying eventually. So, this was that was an eye-opening experience for me, that's for sure. But you're headed to good things, and you deserve it. I can see that I've got the world here. That's a card of great
Yeah,
success and joy and happiness. So, this is going to be a good year for you.
great. I just want my family and I back together again, and not to be weird, no nurse. I just want our life back. And I've been so scared because of my back, and
Yeah.
it's been a
Well,
mess. And
back problems are, geez, a doctor once told me that he thinks that his professors told him that human beings started walking upright too soon. We should have waited another 1,000 years,
yeah,
you know. But
yeah,
you can't. That cat's out of the bag. So there's
right.
nothing you can do. But you're going to be okay. And I've got the Six of Rods here. That's a card that is not just success, it's triumph. That is
Right.
you're going that means you're headed towards everything you want. Just hang in there, stay the course, okay?
All right, great. Thank you so much. It lifted my spirit so much. I was like a little nervous and
Well,
stuff and doubt my intuition, but I was like, oh, think I gotta just
you
ask,
see it's showing very positive stuff for you. Isn't it nice though?
Yes, yes,
These cards are one of the things that I love is and it's not dwelt on in popular literature when they talk about fortune telling and all that, but they can
yeah,
confirm things for you. They can
right, right.
reaffirm feelings. So
That's what I need, confirmation.
I will light a white candle for you to send positive energy your way after this. How's that?
All right, great. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
My pleasure, Paula. Thank
Mhm.
you for
All right.
calling.
Okay, you have a great evening. Bye.
Bye bye. And you see, this is what I mean about spreading positive energy. There's gosh, there's more than enough. This is why I tell people not to don't put yourself down, for instance, because that's other people's job. There's a lot of people out there who'll be more than happy to do that for you. Just don't do it for them. Oh, look, I found this. This is nice. A lot of people talk about, I give these out to people now and then. A lot of people talk about reading the Bible, and I don't know. Can you see this thing? Let's see. Will this help? Let me just see. Whoa. I can't believe I did that. Oh, see how out of practice I am? Let's see. There we go. Um, anyway, this is a lot of people say they can't read the Bible or they won't read the Bible. Um, This is a Bible that's impossible to read. I hope you can see it. I was going to put another light on, but I better not because I'll knock the building down. They're cute. You can find them, I think, at my website. But if you want one, let me know. I'll drop one in the mail to you. Let's see. We're up to now. We're going to North Carolina. Hey, North Carolina. Some of my favorite people in the world live in North Carolina. And this is Danielle in Winston-Salem. Hi, you're on with Reverend Eliot.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you today?
I'm doing okay.
I think that the idea that I can read the name Winston-Salem and not have the urge to get a cigarette is an achievement in my life. I haven't smoked in a long, long time. A doctor checked me out and said, after looking at the x-rays, you better stop smoking. And oh God, no, that's it. Get the lawyer, write the will. I said, what did you see? He said, I saw nothing. That's why you should stop while you're ahead. So there you go.
Oh, wow.
And I spent years smoking unfiltered cigarettes, which is a nice story with that, but I won't. This is not about me tonight. It's about you guys. So what would you like me to look at for you?
I want to know what's going on with Stefan. Is he going to come back? I just want to know what's going on with him.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I'll shuffle them up. Well, I'm looking at this person now. I'm seeing somebody who is kind of feeling stuck. That's the Two of Swords. And the Nine of Swords tells me this is somebody who is filled with sadness. Gosh, here's the Knight of Swords. You know, these are the sword cards are interesting here. I'm not seeing any indication that the issue here is you. The person you're asking about is at this point very conflicted internally and sad. Do you get that feeling?
Yes.
So this might just be one of those things that takes time, because I'm not seeing anything about reuniting. I'm not seeing overwhelming pain, but you know, pain is pain. Let's face it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. What I'm seeing is the Two of Swords is important because it's about a person who is unable to move in one direction or the other for whatever reason. So again, I'm not seeing that it's anything you've done. I'm looking into this person's being, and what I'm seeing is a lot of internal conflict. So maybe, you know, make it known that you're thinking of this person and see what happens. You know, how does that sound?
Okay.
But
Okay.
but I'm very confident that it's not anything you did. Okay.
I know it's not anything I done.
Oh, good. Okay.
I know that for a fact.
You know, because a lot of people, when these things happen, they think, "What did I do? You know, where did I go wrong?" But no, and I'm glad that you have the strength.
No, he's fighting some demons, and he's trying to.
Yeah, that's the whole point. You see, now here's another card, the Three of Swords. Swords are about conflict, and I'm seeing internal conflict. The Three of Swords shows a heart pierced by swords, and the heart is crying. Now, you know, you can't get more wounded than that. So we're talking about a hurt person. I've also got the Ten of Swords here, which indicates that the trouble could be over soon. The Ten of Swords looks awful, but now I got 5 cards here, and they're all swords. That's almost impossible. You know, that shouldn't logically happen just from shuffling the cards. So we're dealing with an intensely conflicted person. But the Ten of Swords offers a deep ray of hope, because the Ten of Swords means that the worst is over. So hang in there and see what happens, okay?
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for
Mm-hmm.
calling. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
And you're listening to Reverend Eliot's Magical Window, the on again, off again show. I'll be back steadily. I'm going to make it my business to do that because I'm trying to build some routine in my life again. I missed an awful lot of time last year because of illness, and then I was just I was just shocked. Not even 2 months ago that I lost my wife, and it was like I said, after 41 years together, it yeah. Look, even discussing this, I get the death card. These cards, the tarot cards are perceptive. They really are. And yes, I am now in a new phase of my life, but that doesn't mean it's good. Doesn't mean I like it. You know, you know, in the movie The Thin Man. There's a moment where Nick and Nora Charles have a little argument, and she's concerned about his safety because he's investigating a crime, and he says, "I do believe the little woman cares," and she says, "It's not that. I'm just used to you." Well, don't underestimate what it's like to get used to being with somebody, is what I've found out. Because when they're gone, there's a void. There is a void. And again, I absolutely must thank the Ask One Radio audience for coming to give me comfort. I that was above and beyond the call of duty. And I think what you did was marvelous. And I want you to know, those of you who contacted me, and I got back to each and every one of you, I hope. It's been foggy, but I appreciate it just more than any other time in my life. Now, let's move to Columbus, Ohio with Christina. Hi, you were on with Reverend Eliot.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, how are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm getting there. I'm getting better. I see Columbus, Ohio, and I keep thinking of when are they going to make the name get changed, you know? That's not happening, is it?
No, not anytime soon.
I
No.
mean, here in the city of New York, people are lately been upset. People with way too much time on their hands are upset about Columbus Circle. You know?
Oh, wow.
So I don't know. This is just a very odd time we live in.
Yes.
So, Christina, what can I look at for you?
In particularly, I'm writing about my love life. I'm currently single. I'm turning 40 this year. I eventually
You're
want
a
to have
baby. You're a
marry and have
baby.
kids.
40. I
Yeah, I'll
remember
be
turning.
40.
I remember turning 40. It was so many years ago too, but it's a milestone, isn't it? You know, a lot of people
Yes,
don't get that
yes, I'm
privilege in
excited.
life to turn 40. So, what would you
That is
like to
very
look at?
true.
Specifically, anything?
Um, do you see someone coming forward from the past or from the future, someone I haven't met?
Oh, you know, there are, you know something? Don't do this to me. That's exactly what this card
Okay.
means. This card exactly means that somebody from your past who you had been maybe involved with is going to show up. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh,
This is exactly what that card means. The Six of Cups. Just as you were saying that, I got that card. See, now there's a lot of people who think that tarot cards are literally alive. And things like that help convince me that they may have a point. Uh, Things in your life are going to change from the way they are now because I've got the Wheel of Fortune. And the next question people always give me then is it going to change for the better or for the worse? And it will change for the better because I have the Ten of Cups, which is a card of great happiness and joy and family and
mm,
beautiful stuff like that. But then immediately when you started talking about that, got the Six of Cups, which is about somebody who you have, even going back to childhood, it can go that far back. Somebody that you had maybe been involved with and it didn't work out, it may start up again.
no. The only person I can think of, maybe this guy named Anthony. I known him since I was 16. Again, I'm about to be 40, but we
Hmm.
have been on and off. I haven't. Last time I talked to him was in August, so haven't heard a
Well,
peep from him.
well, you know how men are, right? You know, it's they it's different. The things don't mean the same to a lot of men that they do to women, believe it or not. And I know
Mm-hmm.
that sounds sexist, but that's the way it is. Um, we're wired a little differently, and which I'm sure you've noticed. You know, who hasn't?
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
the idea to me that that you mentioned this, and the specific out of 72 cards, the specific card that addresses exactly that showed up the moment you mentioned it tells me that there's a chance of this reviving again. You know,
Mm.
there are cards here for somebody showing up who you didn't expect, who you don't, who you haven't given any thought to, but it will show up, and that didn't happen. I didn't see that card. What I see instead is exactly what you mentioned. So this is telling me that, first of all, you're astonishingly intuitive. You must be. You know
Mm.
that's because you got the card just as you were telling me about it. That's the card I pulled out.
Yeah.
The Two of Cups is here. That
Mm.
is a card of a new relationship. So be on the lookout. There may be somebody coming your way who's interested. But I'm going to put my money on this person from when you were 16. Okay.
Mm. So you see him reaching out to me anytime this year, not necessarily this month, but
I don't have a timeline for it, but I do
okay,
see it. Yes, because
okay,
again, it can't be more powerful than that. The minute you brought up the concept of that, the card that represents that showed up. That's one of the reasons
right.
I'm glad that I'm now doing a video thing, because I'm sure that before, when I was simply doing this as an audio stream, people thought I was making it up. And I assure you that I'm not a card manipulator, or I wouldn't be wasting time outside of Las Vegas. You know, I would be at the tables there. But
Right.
but yeah, I think that this is going to work out well for you. Another thing coming
Okay.
your way this year, though, by the way, if you're interested, is money. I've got the Ace of Coins. Something is going to come into your life that's going to bring more money. Okay?
Oh yes, that's much needed. Yes.
And I think we all need that after the last few years.
Yes, I've been applying for jobs. I haven't heard nothing back. I got referred to like the hiring manager, but I haven't heard nothing back yet. So
It's a tough job market, and I don't even know how to apply for a job anymore. I mean, in the last
right.
since maybe like the 90s, I've been self-employed. So I don't even think anybody would want to hire me, at this point. But I'm well fixed, so I'm okay. Anyway,
Mhm.
it's going to be, it's shocking to me is all the years that I've been doing this, when these things happen like that the minute you mention a concept, the card that represents that concept shows up. So you see that's why I said some people think the cards are alive. I think they're being really snarky, is what they're saying. You think you're in control? I'm in control here. So anyway,
Right. Right.
that looks good. So look forward to a good year for romance and money. Okay,
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
my pleasure. Bye bye, and good luck with the job
Bye.
hunting. And Rosalind in Richmond, Virginia is next. We can squeeze that caller in. How are you doing tonight?
I'm well. How about yourself?
I'm getting there. I'm doing better. What can I look at for you?
Anything that comes up is fine. General message.
Okay. Well, this card keeps coming up today. This is remarkable. It's the Ten of Cups. It's about great happiness and joy. Uh, the Six of Rods. None of these cards all of these cards I've had before tonight. The Six of Rods is about success. Now, the Six of Swords is here also. I explained a little bit of what that is. That means that that's a person, in some decks of cards, that's called science because it involves the mind. It's a person who is getting from where they are to where they want to be in life through their own efforts. And the Fool is here, which, that's the happiest and most positive card in the whole deck. So I'm seeing nothing but success and joy and happiness coming your way in this coming year. And the World card is here. The World is assured success. So, this is a boringly happy reading, no tragedy, no horrors. Everything is going to be wonderful for you. How does that sound?
That's awesome.
Well, that's what I've got. And
Something
it
to look
looks
forward
like,
to.
yeah, well, those are really good cards. Let's see if I can cut the card and get one other one. Ooh, the High Priestess. That means you're a person of great, deep spirituality and power. Am I right?
It's true.
You keep nurturing that. Look at my website, magic-works.com, and there's stuff there that you can learn about nurturing that too. There's a wonderful book which I'll talk about more next week called Hunches, which is about developing psychic abilities. Well, I've got to run. I'm up against the clock here, so I will let you go now. But thank you very much for calling, and I'm so happy that we ended on a very positive note. And you've got a great year coming up for you.
Thank
Bye-bye
you so
now.
much. Have a great
My
night.
pleasure. Thank you. And that's it for another edition of Reverend Eliot's Magical Window. And we will be back again next week. Look at that. I'm suddenly royalty, right? I will be back next week. And we will spend another hour looking through the wonderful world of the tarot. If you want to know more about what I do, and if you couldn't get through today, I don't remember to mention this enough. Free mini readings. I offer a free mini reading to listeners. And this generally solves whatever the issue is. It's a 3-card reading, no charge. I don't save your address. I don't save anything, so there's no spam that's generated. Just drop me a line at asktarot@earthlink.net. Ask Tarot, one word, at earthlink.net. And tell me that you'd like the free mini reading that I offer, because that's why I offer it, to do it for you. And it's one of my favorite things to do. The readings that I have, I've been doing this since the worst inflation of the previous years. And I've cut the prices of my readings in half. So if you go to my website, magic-works.com, and you see the prices there, cut those in half if you want a private reading. I didn't do them for a while. I'm not sure when I'm going to really start up, but just keep that in mind. But I'll be more than happy to do a free mini reading for anyone who wants one. It works best with a simple, clear question, and you get 3 cards, and they usually hit the nail right on the head. So it cheats me out of getting a full reading from you. How's that? I'm working against my own interests here financially. But again, if I was interested in money, I wouldn't be doing this, and I wouldn't be making shaving soap, for goodness sake. These are not windfall activities, as you could probably imagine. So, we're rounding the corner to the end here. So let me just tell you that you can drop me a line, again, at asktarot@earthlink.net. You can check out mojoacademy.org to see the books that I have and the recordings that I have and all that stuff. And, we're having a good time. And I make more books all the time. And you can name your own price for the books, too, once you get to eBay. My store at eBay with the links are there. So I'm going to go now. And I will see you again next week at 11 Eastern, 10 Central, 9 Mountain, and 8 Pacific. So till then, peace.